Cheche here on Citizen TV. We've been discussing the state of, of security with the chairman of the Senate Committee on National Security and Foreign Relations, the Honorable Yusuf Hajj. And next month we know that the vetting of police officers will start. But there are other initiatives, the Nyumba Kumi Neighborhood Watch, the Rapid Response Initiative. Do you think that these measures go far enough to secure Kenyans, or are they just band-aid measures?
Well, the question of overhauling the police has been going on since this new constitution came. And there are authorities that have been appointed under the chairmanship of Mr. Kavalundi. Kavalundi was my provincial commissioner for education in Western Province. He's a very good officer. And all the committee members are people of substance who can really. But my worry is that picking on some number of senior officers and being who have been in service for a very long time, being now looked into their performance, is a tall order.
Why?
Tall order in the sense that who is the one who can measure their ability, who have worked with them to know their weaknesses and their strengths. If you leave to every Dick and Tom to say that I don't feel so-and-so is fit to be in this position, you are not helping the situation.
In what sense would you be leaving it to Tom, Dick and Harry? Because yes. Aren't there guidelines and parameters for the yes. vetting of officers?
In what way? Because, for example, I think I should not mention this.
Go ahead, please do. You're
just now you were mentioning about the Inspector General, for example, who should be vetted. Mm-hmm. He has been vetted by members of Parliament, and he's there already. And if there is any weaknesses in his leadership, why was it not discovered during this vetting?
Why are you finding it difficult to vet the police and vetting the judges?
Well, the judges are being vetted by their record. How many cases were filed with them?
Same with the police.
Yes. How would you do that? I would like to.
There must be a system that is devised. And again, yes. members of the public have been asked to go and swear affidavit
yes.
if they know of any misdemeanor by the policemen.
Yes.
I don't see
thank you very much. Even the judges who have been removed are coming back now because of poor evidence that was given and poor judgment. Similarly,
so are you saying it's all right with the
police? No, what I'm not saying it's all right, but there are better methods of doing it. For example, every year their performance, somebody should sit with
do their appraisal.
Yes, do the appraisal and find out how have this man been performing. But somebody new you just come in front of him and then he says, you are.
So what do you think of this from the Police Reforms Working Group, which says, we wish to assure police officers and Kenyans in general that we remain vigilant to ensure the vetting process is neither a whitewash to deceive the country nor a witch hunt to punish or victimize any innocent police officer. We wish to remind individual police officers that during this process they also have an opportunity and indeed a moral obligation to submit any credible information about their colleagues that can enrich the vetting process and guarantee its success.
Yes.
So what you're calling arbitrary is being dealt with by civil society.
Yes. Civil society is also another group who are after the neck of everybody.
In what sense?
Who supervises them, the civil society? Okay. Who checks their activity? Nobody checks.
No.
But they would like to check others.
Right. Yes. But there are various controls within the system. Hang on. Because now we're going into the PBO and the public benefits bill, because you seem to be agreeing with the provision to slash their funding by foreign donors. You agree with that?
Well, so long, I don't agree in one sense. So long as they
But
can
when you
prove
say that who is checking civil society, there
Yes.
are various controls, auditing their performance, their finance, various.
I would like to see,
Mm.
because we know a lot of money is given to various NGOs. I would like to see something that somebody can touch that they have done. For example, a water project, a huge hospital,
But these
a
are
good
bound.
road.
But these are bound.
Where are they?
They're
Mamomo, where are they?
no, they're within the system. You also need to.
We have never seen. We have never seen.
No.
I'm telling
You also need to educate
instance,
yourself
Yes,
about
yes.
this.
money.
Yeah?
AIDS money with HIV AIDS.
Yes.
Without NGOs,
Yes.
people will be dead by the thousands.
What about all the money which is given out to the hospitals? Is it done by NGOs or is it done by government? Who does it?
The government,
The services that are given by hospitals.
it's not enough.
It's not enough.
The government, first of all, the government cannot provide health services to everybody.
I'm
That's
talking.
why you have mentioned
I'm talking about where I come from. There's no single civil society or NGO which have done anything, including in my own part.
That's not quite true, is it?
I'm
Because
telling you.
no, hang on. Because your constituency in Northeastern is where Sophia Abdul Noor comes from, and she's had a developmental NGO working there. I don't remember the name of her rival. He's also been carrying out humanitarian activities there. So it seems that you've kept yourself above the things that are actually happening on the ground.
We are dealing with two different things.
Right.
Civil society in the sense that those who look for faults only, okay? And there are NGOs that are doing something tangible. I know, like Sophia did very good job.
But you're tarnishing them with the same brush, and you also have to distinguish.
No, but you have to
make a distinction.
I'm making the distinction now.
Yes.
I'm making the distinction. There are civil societies. You know, if when you group all of them together, you don't know whether you're talking on a particular NGO or you are talking to which group.
So, in terms of police vetting, what is the problem with it?
Well, I don't think it will achieve a great deal of success.
So it should be abandoned?
Another method should be brought into.
Such as?
Such as I was saying.
The performance
appraisal. Give them 1 year. So people sit there and watch everybody. Give him a task to do and see whether he will accomplish or not. And then you will be able to say that this man has failed or this man is doing his job.
Corruption indexes. Previously used to show corruption indexes, perception of people.
Yes.
It used to show police as the most corrupt. Now it has shifted to the military.
Yes.
Where you used to operate the military, particularly military recruitment.
Yes.
What do you say about that?
Well, I think we raised this question yesterday. But if you look at the statistics that we are given, 70% of the corruption is done by civilians. They have even shown us letters with the letterhead from Office of the President, which is fake. Letters from another minister, which is all fake. And the 30% which is done by the armed forces, they are either taken to court-martial or they are dismissed. The ones of dealing with the civilians is even more complicated.
Civilians do not recruit.
They become middlemen. They become middlemen between some of these officers and others.
In fact, without 100 or 200,000 shillings, an ordinary Kenyan cannot be recruited.
Yeah, but who is giving this money to this recruiting agents?
But
there are some people. There are cartels whose job is to convince an innocent citizen that I can get you this job. They can even show a letter.
And they get.
Some may.
Pay money.
Some may. This 30% get. And when they are discovered, they are dealt with.
Okay, so what about Nyumba Kumi? What do you think of that?
Nyumba Kumi is a good idea.
It's a good idea?
It's a good
Why do you
idea.
say that?
Well, as soon as it is done, the better, because it will not be only Nyumba Kumi. Even in estates, there are over 100 people. If they can sit together, elect their own chairman, secretary, and they know that somebody is there to be reported to if there are strangers, I think it will work out.
To what extent do you think that some of the problems we're having with policing and insecurity have to do with the fact that everything is centralized within Nairobi, that we're in a devolved system now, but security and policing have not quite been fully devolved?
Well, these are some issues that are ongoing discussion, that there should be a method whereby the people who have been elected by Wananchi, the governor and others, will have a role in working very closely together with the police and other arm of government to ensure that security in the area is perfect.
So do you agree then with the idea that the governors should be able to should have control over policing instead of the county commissioners whose role it is to liaise with Nairobi to deploy the police?
Well, you know, governors are elected people.
Right.
And many of the things that go wrong in this country is, as you rightly said, sometimes leaders take side.
Due to local politics, yes.
Local. Instead of, there's nobody who tells his people that you are wrong. He will always side with them. And I think I'm a bit skeptical that if the governor will be the man who will control the APs, there will be a lot of hue and cry. But he can have some certain authority of check and balance on overseeing them, what they are doing.
I'll give you the example of Bungoma, because of course the governor there, Ken Lusaka, we remember just after the elections there was a spate of crime, killing, and all of that. And he said that if he had the authority or had control over policing units within the county, he would have been able to contain the violence and reduce the numbers of lives that were lost. How would you respond to that argument?
Well, they can still do. As I said, if there's an agreed structure of working together, it is possible. I don't see any reason why they should not work together and try and deal with the insecurity that we are talking about.
There's a move to return to where we used to be, that APs report to chiefs. Yet we know with the new constitution, we have a deputy commissioner of police in charge of APs. So how can they be now be reporting to the county commissioner instead of their own boss? Why should they report to the chiefs all the way to the county commissioners instead of they have a boss in the county?
Yes. Well, this is another issue. I don't know how it came about. But among all the security officials there must be a coordinator, from my own perspective. There must be a coordinator. There's the police, including APs. There's the intelligence, criminal investigation. There must be a central person who will